was young, my father had ski bums all over the world. He was the first to do the ski wheelie. He leaned back on the tails of his skis, his back brushing along the snow, and shot straight down any ridge, chute, or face. People called him Powder Hound! One day, he met Isabel. They got married, and it didn't take them long to make us. We lived on the farm on the flanks of the valley, above Chamonix. Powder Hound took care of the goats, chickens, the mule, and our donkey Julie, who was stabled in town. And Isabel worked at the ski school or went off skiing with us. One day when we came home after skiing, we found his old pair of skis neatly sawed up and stacked on the woodpile. I guess he hoped that it would make him forget skiing. But where we live, you're a skier or a turkey. There's no in between. That year, Powder Hound was awfully moody and irritable. You could hardly talk to him. He would stare off into space and daydream, sometimes for hours at a time. My mother called it dropout skier syndrome, whatever that is. Isabel felt Powder Hound's moodiness real deeply. She was constantly trying to get him to come up the mountain with us, but he always had an excuse. He had to make goat cheese or get the hay in the barn, or go downtown and paint someone's house. To shake Powder Hound up a bit, my brother Stan and I decided it was time to do something. We were always playing tricks on him, like tying his feet to a chair when he was asleep, or loosening the top of the salt shaker. But one day we got the old boy really heated up.
Go!
That's probably what got Powderhound off his syndrome, because a few days later, a kid told us he had seen him downtown, buying a pile of skis. Powderhound had his own training methods. He was already in super shape from herding the goats and chopping wood, but after 15 years of no skiing, what he lacked most of all was confidence. He spent hours climbing up a slope, his skis on backwards. That strengthened his back muscles and stretched his tendons. Then he tested his bindings and adjusted them to his wild skiing style. And for precision turning and confidence, he hacked his way down rotten avalanches. Finally, the old goat had gotten his act together. When he said goodbye to us, he was ready to confront the world. You can't go traveling around the French Alps looking as kooky as my old man does, with a donkey, a beard, long hair, and skis, without people talking and newspaper printing pictures. So back at Chamonix, we had plenty of news from Avoriaz, Courchevel, Flaine, La Plagne, Les Arcs, Megève, and Val d'Isère. He'd plant his tent, just like in the old days, wherever he happened to be, and ski his heart out on the faces, chutes, ridges, and in the forest. When he passed, people whispered, "Hey, Powderhound." Powderhound had returned. some inventor had given Powderhound a pair of plastic wings. They gave him lift, floated him over the bumps, controlled his speed, and freed his fantasies. He used to fantasize about all sorts of things, like going into a fancy restaurant, eating up a storm topped by a half a dozen desserts, go dancing all night long, and skiing the next day. But in fact, most of the time he ate cereals and rice, and slept peacefully in his tent.
Cerise, comme ça, gâteau chocolat. L'extase. Petit déjeuner, croissant.
Most of the time, Powderhound worked his ski really. He had tremendous thigh, back, and stomach muscle, and his sense of balance was phenomenal. He rarely stuck his poles in the snow. Instead, Powderhound held his arms high, and the poles acted as slight counterweights. Thrusting forward his skis, leaning far back, he shot through the deep powder, thick crust or heavy crud. He could throttle up or down at will, as if his body was motorized. After his long ski crusade, he came back to the farm. When he skied up to us that day, you could see beyond his beard and glasses that the old goat was mighty pleased and would never again abandon his skis. We all bombed off down the mountain, in the bowls on the faces and ridges, in the powder on piste doing ski wheelies, jumping off the rocks and snaking through the moguls. And whenever we got to some high ridge or peak, we all let out our cry, which echoed in and out of the valleys.